Welcome back. If you're driving to the Iowa Great Lakes from the west on Highway 9, you'll know you've arrived when you see the bright red roof. Vick's Corner has been a local landmark for more than 9 decades. As KTIV's Al Jones shows us, stopping there is like taking a step back into time.
It's about as rustic can be. With its gravel parking lot and signature red-orange roof, Vick's Corner has been an Iowa Great Lakes institution for 94 years.
Well, we've tried to keep it just as old school as possible.
That's Vick.
And yet functional.
Leighton Vick.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
His parents opened the place in 1930, and not much has changed since then.
Got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With its rustic charm, Vick's has all the familiar lakes area needs, like beer, ice, firewood, air, live bait.
Don't fish crawlers.
Oh!
Usually if they buy a night crawler, they buy a leech. If they buy red worms, they buy either wigs or waxes.
Plus U-Haul rentals.
We're one of the oldest U-Haul dealers in their system.
Oh, and gas, provided with full service at that. That catches some drivers off guard.
Some of them are really surprised.
The young ones look at me and say, I'm too old to do that. They'll do it themselves.
You'll also notice more cats than your average gas station has. Here comes one right now, in fact.
Yeah.
It is as much a fixture in the Iowa Great Lakes region as Arnold's Park and the Queen 2, commonly used as a reference point when giving directions. Turn right at Vick's Corner. Years ago, the place was across the highway, and Vick actually lived upstairs.
That was my home.
A while back, the federal government sent him a packet about getting Vick's Corner registered as a historic landmark.
I got to about 6th, 7th page, threw it away.
Too many government rules. Today, at age 82, he keeps it going 7 days a week. You don't ever take a break, do you?
No, I don't.
When was the last time you had a vacation?
What's that?
So how long's he going to keep this thing going?
Well, a lot of them ask, when are you going to retire? And I have one standard answer. I point straight up and say when he says it's time.
Not time yet.
I'm still here.
And so is this Lakes area landmark almost a century later. In Spirit Lake, Iowa, Al Jones, KTIV News 4.
Vick's Corner, also well known for its antique shows and flea markets held every year on the weekend of Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day. It attracts up to 100 dealers from more than half a dozen states.